Ain't no days off, it's more than just words, more than just title. It's a mindset, it's waking up tired and still choosing discipline. It's showing up when nobody's watching, no applause, no shortcuts, no excuses. Even on rest days, the mind stays locked in. Even on hard days, the purpose stays loud. It's about commitment, it's about doing the work when quitting would be easier. Dreams don't clock out, and neither do the ones who really want it. Ain't no days off, it's more than just words, more than just title. It's a mindset, it's waking up tired and still choosing discipline. It's showing up when nobody's watching, no applause, no shortcuts, no excuses. Even on rest days, the mind stays locked in. Even on hard days, the purpose stays loud. It's about commitment, it's about doing the work when quitting would be easier. Dreams don't clock out, and neither do the ones who really want it.
Yo, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
What's happening, Lewis?
Can you hear me clear? Am I good?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Loud and clear. 10-4.
Well, first I want to thank you for joining me.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Yeah, you can't smoke in the studio. Oh, you're not in my studio. I'm sorry.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
I
you.
thought we was in a studio, but you ain't in my studio. So
Not in
go.
the studio.
All right. How you doing though?
Doing pretty good, Lewis. Just got a job. Things are going good. Living life on life's terms.
You just got a job. Well, if you just got a job, then hold on, cause we got some for that right there.
All right.
Could you hear that?
No.
Well, anyway, it's a hand clap that we give out for people with jobs. Don't hey,
All right.
listen,
All right.
listen, you supposed to even act like you did here
My
anyway.
bad. My bad.
Do that, all right?
I had
But
a
you doing
feeling it was hand claps.
okay. Well, you prepared for this weather?
Yeah, I'm ready.
That's good. I'm ready. Got I
Yeah.
did have I had to go out and get me some more snacks. Cause 2 days ago I say yeah I'm gonna get me these snacks, and I had got a whole lot of snacks, and they were gone today. And I sat there
Yes,
and
Lewis.
I was
I did the
disgusted.
same thing.
I was disgusted with me.
I wasn't disgusted. I just went out and got some more snacks. I had to get my hot Cheetos and I had to have my Monster energy drinks.
Oh yeah, you got to have those.
Yeah.
I went out, I got me some popcorn, and I know my workout friends they ain't gonna like this, and I got some honey buns and donuts.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah. So you so you in recovery.
I am.
How long you
And
been
on April 4th, it will be 4 years.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you better
Yeah.
test you better testify.
Yes, doing the work, doing the work, doing the work.
Say
For
it'll be
real.
4 years.
4 years.
That is
I
so
never thought. I never thought. Never thought I would be clean.
who would have ever thought? That is
No.
all.
Thank you,
So
thank you.
so 4 years. So do you see any personal growth in 4 years?
Absolutely. I'm able to like maintain a job.
Mm-hmm.
I have friendships.
You don't went out. You don't went out. You don't froze on it. You don't froze.
I can. What about now?
I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Can you see me?
I can hear you and see you now.
Okay,
But
good.
and the reason why I ask you, do you feel any growth? Because sometimes in recovery we reach a point where we don't feel like we are doing enough, or we feel stagnant or something. That's why I asked you that.
Yeah, so I think like that whole like stagnant thing, I did have a period where I felt like I was bored. And I reached out to my sponsor, and my sponsor put me to work. She was just like, she wanted me to write a gratitude list, because she was like, when you have done everything that you think that you know to do, just stand still in that thing. She was like, you just stand in it. And that's what I did. I just stood in it, wrote gratitude every day until the next thing came up that I felt like I was moving forward again in my recovery.
Oh man, so now you feel like you're getting somewhere.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm doing my step work, and I just finished step 10. So, you
Okay.
know, just moving through, moving
So
through.
so let me ask you this right here. What made you want to get in recovery?
I went through, I was at the beginning stages of psychosis, and I was working at a school in Pineville doing photography. And I came out like it had just been a frustrating day, but I was always high at work. And I got in my car and I was like, I'm going to drive this car off of 485. There's a bridge that goes from Pineville to South Boulevard. And I was going to drive my car off the bridge. And I called my therapist, who had been with me through a good deal of my active addiction. And him and my sister pretty much talked me into going to detox. And
Okay.
even once I went through detox, I still didn't feel like I was an addict, though.
You didn't feel like cause you didn't know cause it was new. Everything was.
Absolutely. Everything was new.
So did you get it on your first try?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
so when you got here, you was tired and you was done.
Sick and tired.
Oh,
Yes. Sick
and
and
the
tired.
that's awesome because it took me
Yeah.
like 20 times.
Did it? Well, now my parents were very green. I have a mom and a grandmother, and they're both pastors, or my grandmother was a pastor. She's passed away now, but and a dad who were just like for real green and had no idea that I
Mhm.
was an addict. They just thought I was crazy. So they kept putting me in mental institutions. So I had like, they spent thousands, just in and out of mental institutions, and had no idea that I was an addict. So, at like 43, I was like, this is it. You know what I'm saying? I wasted so many years, So yeah, at 43, I was done. And even now I have no plans at all on
Yeah.
going back.
So looking back on your life and the things that the finding ways and means and how we do all that. So there was nothing in your head that made you think that it probably was the drugs.
No, not really, because I had always been like the child that was just like flew by the seat of my pants. You know what I'm saying? Like growing up, like my mom, like, and not that I ever disrespected my mom,
Mm-hmm.
but I just kind of did what I did. You know what I'm saying? Like I just kind of went through life. Like if I wanted to cuss somebody out, I would cuss them out. Whether it was in church, at the grocery store, like it didn't matter. So I was like I was already kind of out of control before drugs were even in the picture.
Mm. So when drugs came into the picture, that just intensified what was
Oh
already
yeah.
there.
Yes. Yes.
Were you had you visited any mental health institutions before then?
Before I started using drugs, yes. Yeah. I had been to two between the ages of like 14 and 17.
Two between 14 and 17. And
Yeah.
what was that experience like?
Um, because I would like, I feel like when you go to like mental health institutions,
Hmm.
if you can't be honest with them, they can't help you.
Oh.
And I was just, I said what I thought they wanted to hear. And
Mhm.
so then after a few days, they just let me go.
Well, that's good for you because I always lied. You could always count on me to get a good old lie because I
Yeah.
didn't call. I didn't see because I was from that place where you really didn't let no one know what was going on because they would take that and use it against you. So lying was a form of a defense mechanism. Like it was defense.
Yeah. 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 Like, I mean, like I didn't tell them like the childhood trauma that I had been through. And like, I didn't tell them that because I felt like I was protecting my parents. You know what I'm saying? Because like, I felt like something bad would happen to my parents if I told them the stuff that was truly going on,
That was really going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was
Yeah.
that bad.
Yeah. I think I started getting molested at the age of, I think it was 3, by our next door babysitter. And because of how I fell in the rankings of my siblings, I was the only one that had to go to a fucking babysitter. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
so, like, she started molesting me. My parents didn't even find out about that until I was an adult. Then my cousin started to molest me. And at one point, my mom like walked in on it, you know.
Okay.
And all I know is that like he never came over again, like I just never saw him again. And that was between like, I would say like 3 and 6. And then at the age of like 14, my sister's ex-husband was living in our house, and
Okay.
my parents always had a house like where if somebody needed somewhere to stay, they
Hmm.
would welcome them in to stay, because they felt like God had blessed them with a house big enough to have people in who didn't have a home. But what ended up happening was, one night he put a gun to my head. I later found out my parents didn't even know he had a gun. And he threatened to kill my whole family, like, if I didn't have sex with him. So he raped me for like an entire summer
Is this
when
your
I
cousin?
was, this was my sister's ex husband.
So this is the third person.
This was the third person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that went on for an entire summer. And so, right after that, around 14 or 15, was the first time that I went into treatment for my mental health. And so, like, I wasn't going to go in there and tell those people, you know what I'm saying? Because I never knew what was going to happen to my parents if I told them that. So I just didn't say anything about it.
So being raped by, and it was so close to home every time the neighbor, the cousin, your
Right.
sister ex, did it do anything to your trust?
Oh, I still struggle. I
Mm.
still struggle with trusting people. But now, if I trust you, I trust you. You know what I'm saying? But I still struggle with it. And like, that's why my friend group is so small. It's very small. Um, and they are also in recovery as well. So it helps. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and me and them, we all have similar stories as well too. So yeah. Yeah.
Wow. And you would think like as we grow over, the trust would kind of subside, but that's not always the case.
Right. Right.
But that's
Right. Because I also like it because I was so young, it fractured my trust even with my parents, but more so my mom than my dad. And I don't know why that is, you know. All I know is like when my parents found out, my mom asked me about it, and initially I said no. Then I was like, yes, this is happening. I went to bed that night and woke up, and he was just gone. And I never went to counseling for it. You know what I'm saying? Like for that in particular. And I never knew where he was,
okay.
you know.
Hmm.
So at that point, like I stopped going to school functions because I always felt like he was somewhere watching me, you know. Yeah. And so that was like 14. And then, I did high school barely. Yeah, but I graduated. And my mom never took me to the doctor about the rape. So at I think it was 20, either 19 or 20, I went to the gynecologist and found out that the rapes were so brutal that I could not have kids.
Mm,
And that was growing up, that was all I wanted to do. All I wanted to do was be a mom and have kids. And once I found out I couldn't have kids, I jumped into drug use with 2 feet. You know what I'm saying? Like at that point, I honestly felt like I did not have anything to live for.
mm.
So, so yeah,
So the so you got raped, and then you went to the gynecologist, and then you found out you could not have kids.
right.
Is there something that do you still want kids?
Well, I can't have any of my own, uh, because the scar tissue and all the things that happened, it led to me having like really bad medical problems. So I
Okay.
had to have a partial hysterectomy. So like I will never have kids. Um, if an opportunity comes up, you know what I'm saying? Where like somebody can't take care of their kids or something, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like whatever God has for me in the future,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? I just want to be open and willing for whatever that is that He has for me in the future.
Whatever it looks like.
Absolutely.
Okay. So what about adoption?
So I do know this much that adoption in the United States is very, very, very expensive. It's very expensive. It is cheaper for Americans to go to another country and adopt than it is to adopt here in the United States.
And it shouldn't be like that.
No, it absolutely not. Like I've had several friends that have had to go like to Germany or China or somewhere to adopt because they could not afford to adopt here in the United States.
Okay. So you're on drugs, you get clean, and now you just graduated.
Yeah, I graduated to become an esthetician, and my goal, because I did not know this going into the program, I was just like, I want to deal in skincare.
Mhm.
But as I was in the program, like I was just praying, I was like, God, what is it that you really want me to do with being an esthetician? And I feel like what he showed me was that, we come through, we go through a detox. Some of us go through treatment. And for most of us, the next step is to interview for jobs. And our skin is a mess. you know, and it's hard to be confident and have messed up skin and interview the way that you probably could if your skin looked really good. So my goal is to link up with some treatment centers. I want to, come up with a business plan and have them to basically contract me to come in and do skincare like as a wellness for their clients who are getting ready to move out of treatment.
But what about the ongoing treatment that they will need?
Oh, I can as an esthetician, I can tell them what to do to
Okay.
keep it up at a low cost, that won't break the budget. Whereas if they go to a dermatologist, it's going to be crazy expensive, even if they are just like buying the stuff that the dermatologist tells them to buy. So yeah, I'm able to give them a treatment plan that they can carry on once they move out of treatment.
Okay. So growing up, I know you growing up, what did you want to be before the drugs, before anything?
I wanted to be a dance teacher. So growing up, I started taking dance at about 4. And when I was like 18, 19, now I was still using drugs, but not as bad. That was my occupation. What I did was traveled like the eastern part of the states and choreographed dances like for Queens College, for different churches and stuff like that. So dance is really my first love. And only people who know me really well know that I can dance. I mean, like I've been formally trained, but I've just gotten away from it, over
Oh,
the years.
okay. Okay. Well, if you don't, okay. So you still got it.
I still got it now. I can still pas de bourrée, plie, jete, you name it. I can do it.
Bet you're a good dancer too. I take that from you. Yeah. So what's Angel's next move?
Right now, like I said, I just got a job. I'm a peer support right now. And
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you. And I pretty much make my own schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So the next thing that I will be doing is working, honestly, like working on a business plan to
Okay.
be able to present to treatment centers. Like that's really like my next goal in life is to do that.
But okay, but you were but earlier you was talking about having some psychedelics or something in your book bag and giving them to your nephews or something. Yeah, cause we don't dance all around
Yeah, okay, so
and you don't went out.
I
You don't
know my friend just called me. Hold on. Yeah, my friend, it's can't.
okay.
It's
Back
just
now.
um. So yeah, so when during COVID, like I knew that my nieces were like smoking marijuana, right? Like I knew that they were doing that. And they were staying at my mom's house and I was there because I had just had surgery. So, how did this happen? So I told them, I was like, where are y'all getting that from? You know? And so they were like, oh, well, we just buy it from our friend. And I was like, y'all don't know us in that. I told them, I was like, y'all don't know what y'all smoking. I said,
Mm,
y'all gonna mess around and hit that and drop dead and die. So I was like, let me get some for you, right?
right.
So I go to my dealer and get them some edibles. And I take it to him and I was like, listen, y'all, this is better than smoking weed. So both of them are halfway asleep. So I stick it in their backpack, go to work, And I'm at work for like 2 hours, and then I see a text message, and they're like, "Gigi found the edibles," and I'm like, "Oh my
Oh,
god!"
but you never took them.
No. So I get to the house, and my mom, she like literally just pulls them out of her pocket and is just like waving them at me, like, you gave them edibles. So I start laughing, which I shouldn't have done, but it was funny to me. And I was like, yeah, because it's safer than what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? But like, my mom's like in her 60s at the time. She was like, I don't care. So she was like, you got 30 minutes to move out. And I was like, okay, bet. So I packed my bag and I get to the door and I was like, did you throw those edibles away? Because I was going to take them if she didn't. But no, she threw them away, and like, yeah, no, it was just one of the many bad decisions that
Mm-hmm.
I made. You know what I'm saying? In my active addiction, as I made a lot of bad decisions, but that was definitely one of them.
Do you think that was the worst one?
No, God, no! I tried to run over my brother's wife.
You tried to run over your brother's wife?
Uh huh. She made me mad, right? And had said some things to my sisters that I didn't like. I got off the phone with my sister. I said, "Now we getting ready to go to my mom's like birthday dinner thing," and I was like, "Bet I got this." So I just went driving through the neighborhood, and here she was just out walking. Boy, I revved that car up. I was spinning. But she was faster than I was,
Well,
and she got away. She got away. She got
that
away, luckily.
I ain't talking about she got.
And yeah, she got away. But by the time I even made it to my mom's house to go to the dinner, word had gotten back to my mom that I tried to run over. You know what I'm saying? And so then my brother's, he come trying to beat me up and stuff, but I'm just the kind of person, I'm not scared of nobody. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't scared of him. And I was like, I'll run over you. And so, like, that caused a bunch of problems in the family and stuff. But getting clean, man, when I tell you God healed those relationships, He healed those relationships. You know what I'm saying? Because I caused a bunch of problems
Mm,
in my family single-handedly. You know what I'm saying? I didn't need nobody to help me. Single-handedly, I did a lot of damage to our
mhm,
family dynamic, you know. And we are very close, and when I started doing my step work, one
mm,
of the one of the things that my